Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy you're all here. And in today's video, I thought we would chat while I go ahead and put on a full face of drugstore makeup. And I'm so excited to share with you a foundation that I have found that cost me $5.29 that I am really liking. So why don't we go ahead and we'll get right into it. Okay, so the foundation that I found is this Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator. And maybe you are familiar with this, but I wasn't, and it actually was kind of like an impulse buy for me at Target. I was just kind of wandering around through the makeup department and saw this. And it says on the packaging that it contains hyaluronic acid and squalane. It's supposed to be lightweight and a light to medium coverage and hydrating. So it sounded very intriguing, and for that price, I just had to try it. So I've actually been wearing this. I got it like 2 weeks ago, and I have been wearing it almost every day since I got it. I wanted to be able to share with you how I liked the wear, and I have to tell you, I'm very impressed with this little, $5.29 foundation. So we'll go ahead and we're going to put this on first. Oh, and I should tell you that I have found the best application for this that I have found that works best is a damp beauty sponge. I tried it with a brush and it seemed to kind of leave like almost brush marks. And then the day that I tried to apply it with just my fingers, it might have been my own fault. I might have just put too much, but it got really like cakey when I did that. So I have found that this is the best application method for me is with the damp beauty sponge. So that's how we'll go ahead and we'll apply it today. And also I did pick out the shade Fair, which I think is like maybe slightly too light for me, but I can kind of work with it. But I would definitely need to get like a darker shade once I start self-tanning. And let me show you it. It's a really thick, creamy consistency. You can see it's like not runny at all. So I'm gonna go ahead and dab this on and get started. So I am filming this, and Easter weekend was just a few days ago. And I don't know, I've been feeling like just a little down the last couple of days, and you can probably relate, but it always happens after holidays when I've had a chance to spend time with my kids, and then they go back about their lives. And my youngest son, who is still in college, he's a junior, he had a long weekend, so he was home, and it was just so nice to be able to spend that time with him. And then on Sunday I got to see my other son as well, and I don't know if I've ever shared that before, but I am a boy mom. I've got 2 boys, but anyways, I think I always get really sentimental around holidays. Just kind of thinking about when your kids were younger, and I don't know, you realize how fast this is all going by. But anyways, I just always, after they leave and go back to their normal lives, I miss them, and it's always an adjustment. I mean, don't get me wrong, I have to tell you, empty nesting has actually been like, very nice. There are a lot of good parts about empty nesting. But I do miss them after I've had a chance to hang out with both of them and spend some time, and then it's always kind of hard to get back into regular life. So I don't know, the last couple of days I've just been kind of feeling a little off, but today I'm, feeling a little bit better, and I guess you could probably relate. Okay, so I've got like just a real light coating of this on, and I'm gonna build it up like in a few spots, and you can do that with this foundation, but it is not going to be like a full coverage by any means. This is like a really light sheer foundation, which I really like for every day. It's gonna show like your skin through it, but kind of just like diffuse out the the bad parts a little bit better. So I think that's what I like about it. It's just, it still looks like your skin, but better. So I'm gonna get to build it up in a few spots here. but I have been really impressed with how this wears. You know, at the end of the day, when I go to take it off, there, you know, it seems to wear off like pretty evenly. It doesn't, you have some foundations seem to wear off like in different spots, which can make it look funny. This seems to wear off like gradually all over. So like I said, I've just been super impressed with this, and I've been wearing it almost every day. I really like how comfortable it feels too. It doesn't feel like you're wearing anything at all, which is really nice. So this is like a great find, and if you haven't tried it, and maybe I'm late to the game, maybe you already have, but I really do like this one. All right, so we've got that on, and the next thing I'm gonna do is apply some concealer, and this is my NYX Radiant Concealer, and you can see the writing is almost completely worn off because I've had this in my makeup case for a while now. This is actually one of my favorite concealers. I don't even think I can give you the shade anymore. Let's see. Oh, it's just the shade Light. And this is really a good concealer. It blends really easily, so even on days that I'm not wearing any other foundation, I can just kind of dab it in, and then it just kind of blends in so nice to your skin. So I really like this one a lot. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a little under my eyes, and then my forehead, I have lots of sun damage. So I think I'm gonna just put a few spots up there. But this is a really good one. And it doesn't get cakey on me. Like so many concealers that I've tried, they look, you know, horrible when you get up close. But this one I really, really like. So if you haven't tried this NYX Radiant Concealer, it's a really good one. And that is all I am going to do for concealer today. Okay, so now we're going to move on to some blush. And this is the Maybelline Cheek Heat. And I actually bought this for a video that I did a few months ago, and it was about trying TikTok trends for women over 50. And this was such a nice surprise to find too. I guess you'd call it like a cream blush. It's definitely not a gel, but I'll show you what it looks like. Oh, I don't even know if the color is on here or not, if I can tell you. I will list it below if I can find the shade. But it comes out, it's pretty pigmented. And if you just dab this with your fingers and blend it in with your fingers, it will be pretty pigmented. So what I like to do is diffuse it with my beauty sponge. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put some of this on my cheeks. Ooh, I think I got a lot. We might be really rosy here. And then I just kind of like tap it in, but it really looks like a natural flush when you do this blush. And I have to say, like, cream blushes are something that I haven't really used much of, and I think as you get older, they are a really nice thing to have in your makeup bag because they don't get dry or cakey when, you know, our skin is getting so dry. So I really do like this one. And I think, like I said, when you do it with the beauty sponge, I think it just, doesn't it give like just a nice natural glow? So this is a really good one. Okay, now this is new to me, and I am sure I'm late to the game on this one because I've seen this all over YouTube. But this is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. And oh my goodness, this is a good one too. I will tell you, the first time that I opened this up, this has a really strong fragrance, and I was surprised about that. It smells like a tropical vacation. Or have you ever been to any of those resorts like in the Caribbean, and the lobbies of those like beautiful hotels, they like pipe in like this, you know, lovely scent. I don't know what it is, but it always smells so wonderful in the lobbies. That's what this smells like to me. And I have to say, I was a little like put off because I was like, I can't believe I'm going to be putting this on my face. It's kind of strong when when you're smelling it out of the compact. but it does dissipate really quickly. So you just get to enjoy this like lovely fragrance while you're putting it on, and then it's gone. And it's a really pretty bronzer. It's really creamy. It's not too glittery. It just blends really nicely. It did come with this little applicator, and I imagine this is for people that use it to contour, and I'm not one of those people. I really still use my bronzer just kind of as like a wash over the high spots of my face, just to give myself a little bit of color because I am really pale. So I usually just dab my brush in like this and then just kind of brush it over the high spots, and this works very well doing it this way for me and a little down my neck. But the scent of this, oh, it's heavenly. You get a little tropical escape while you're putting on your bronzer. Okay. And I don't do a whole lot of it, but just like I said, I think it warms up my complexion a little bit. So that's all we're gonna do for the bronzer today. Okay, so now I think we are going to move on to eyes, and I'm going to open this up out of the package. I have obviously not tried it, but this is the Wet n Wild, and I cracked up at the name of it. It's called Breakup Proof. So obviously it's waterproof if you're, you know, crying after a breakup. So I thought I would go ahead and give this a try because I think it was like $2 or something. So I'm just curious how this will be. So I got the shade Black. Oh, it's got a nice little point. So this could be a good one. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna tight line my upper eyes. And this always takes me a minute, so I will just chat with you and tell you, oh my gosh, this morning, I had the craziest morning. I was out walking Louie, and I always listen to podcasts when I am walking him. And so I have my earbuds in, and I was, you know, stopped at the sidewalk, and I was tying up the bag of his mess, and all of a sudden there was this woman right next to me. I did not see her coming. I did not hear her coming, and she startled me to the point where I let out this like blood-curdling scream, and she jumped. And then after, you know, I scared her and she scared me and she walked away. I couldn't stop giggling about the whole thing because this woman's walking up and I'm screaming at the top of my lungs. But I guess when I'm walking and if I see someone ahead of me on the sidewalk, I always like go into the street and then pass them that way. I never like come up right behind them like she did. I don't think she'll ever do that again either. But oh my gosh, my heart was racing, and you know, I don't know if people heard me screaming, if my neighbors heard any screams. I will say this isn't the easiest to apply. It's kind of like not the smoothest eyeliner, so we'll see how this goes. But yeah, it made me, I was just like giggling for like, you know, 10 minutes after that. I just kept thinking about her jumping and me screaming, and it was kind of comical. I'm gonna go ahead and do the next eye. And then, so I come home and I work out. Oh, I should tell you, so when told you my son was here over the weekend, all I did all weekend was his laundry because I think he must have brought like a month's worth of dirty clothes with him. So I did not do any of my husband's and my laundry over the weekend. I was just doing all my son's. So this morning, when I go to work out, I don't have my normal sports bras that I like. They're both dirty. They're dirty. So I rummaged through my drawer and I find this old one that I haven't worn in a while, and it's the kind like you pull over your head. So I go ahead and I put that on and I work out, and then I am gonna get into the shower, and I'm kind of sweaty. And you know, I could not get out of this bra. And it was like, it was really frightening. I was starting to get in that panic mode because I was in this weird like contorted position trying to get this bra off. and it was not coming off. And you know, I'm not a calm, cool, and collected person in these situations, and I really was starting to panic. And do you know, I think I pulled a muscle like behind my shoulder trying to get out of my bra. I mean, it was crazy. I've never been like so afraid of being stuck in clothing, for goodness sakes. And if you'd ever told me when I was younger that I was going to pull a muscle getting out of a bra, for all things, I mean, it was just, so my whole morning, like I've had these like adrenaline spikes, you know. I guess I got my cardio in from just being like, from anxiety today. Is basically what I did. But have you ever had that happen? Have you ever gotten trapped in your sports bra? It was not fun. I'm washing that bra and then I'm donating it. I will never wear that again because I'm like scarred. That bra has scarred me. Okay, so I tried to go ahead and tight line my upper eyes. I don't know if this is real. I don't know if I'd really recommend this one. I think it kind of performs like a $2 eyeliner, to be honest with you. So I guess that's as good as it's going to get here today. So, oh well. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and I am going to curl my lashes and put on some mascara. And I will tell you, I've had people ask me why I do my mascara first before my eyeshadow. And it's because I have really small hooded eyes. And if I put my eyeshadow on first, I always get mascara on my lids when I'm applying it, and I have to take a Q-tip and go in and wipe it off, and then I just wipe off all the eyeshadow I did. So that's why I have to do mascara before I do eyeshadow, which I know is like exactly opposite of what most of you see in the beauty YouTubers do, but that's just the only way I can do it. I've had to do this for years. So anyways, I forgot to tell you, this is Maybelline, the Falsies mascara. And this is one that I have worn like years ago and kind of forgotten about it. And I was at Target and I was like, you know, I'm going to try that again. And this one doesn't disappoint. It's a really good mascara. I'll show you. I really like the wand. It's kind of curved and it's the bristly kind, a brush that I like. I don't like the silicone brushes. They just don't work for me. So I really like the brush and I think the formula is nice. I will say this is like a lengthening mascara. This is not, for me, this is not a volumizing one, but I actually kind of like the lengthening ones. Those are the ones I kind of seek out. So I do like this mascara. All right, so there is the one eye done. And then you can also see where I'm going to need to wipe off the mascara that I get on my lids. And this happens to me every day. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do the next eye. So what have you all been up to? Have any of you tried any drugstore makeup that you really like, that was kind of new to you, that you want to recommend to me and to everybody else here? Because I feel like you can just find so many good things. And you know, obviously you can't beat the price. And I love like just trying out makeup. I think, isn't that the fun about wearing makeup, is just kind of like playing with it sometimes. And it's much easier to do it and to stomach when you haven't spent a lot, you know, because I'm never one of those people that, I know you can return things, but I don't like to do that all the time because I just feel like it abuses the whole, I don't know, the system. If some color's really off or something, I obviously will, but so that's why I love drugstore makeup, because you can just play with it and try different things. And I think nowadays, you know, there's so many brands that have just really like high performing products that you don't need to spend a lot of money, which is really nice. All right, so we'll wipe up that. All right, there is the mascara look. And like I said, I really like this one. This is an old favorite and I hadn't used it in a while, and it's a really good one. All right, I think we're on to eyeshadow, and this is another product that is new to me. These are the e.l.f., what are they called? They are called the Bite Size Eyeshadow in the Rose Water colors. And I'll take the lid off because sometimes the ring light and the plastic, you can't really see the colors. So let me show you. Aren't those really pretty colors? I was kind of curious how these would perform because years ago I tried some e.l.f. eyeshadows and I wasn't really impressed. The colors were beautiful, but I put them on and they were gone like in an hour. So I was curious to see how these were, and I have worn these a lot. Like I got this 2 weeks ago at the same time I got the foundation, and these last all day. I mean, they are really nice eyeshadows for the price, and I can't remember what these are. Obviously I'll have everything listed below and the price, but obviously it's e.l.f. They're not very expensive. But what I've been doing for just like a normal everyday easy look is I've been applying this like just this taupe, the matte shade, and then I might put like a little bit of this rosy shimmer over it and just kind of blend it all in together. And that's what I'm going to do today too. It's just a really easy look. But these eyeshadows, I like how they apply. And like I said, I was really surprised at the staying power that they have. I will say I do get like a little more fallout in these than I do in maybe some more like high-end eyeshadows, but it's nothing, you know, too bad, and you can deal with it. So all right, so that is just this. The colors aren't named, but it's just that taupey shadow. So that's the one that I have like kind of all over the lid. And then like I said, I'm just gonna put a little of this pinky shimmer and add a little of this, like I just kind of dab it in the middle. And then I love this It Cosmetics. It's a really good blending brush for eyeshadow. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and blend that in. And these eyeshadows were a really, really nice surprise. Okay. All right, so I guess we are on to lips, and I tried this. I've been trying this one, and you can tell me if you think the shade. It's a L'Oreal. It's the Fairest Nude. And I like the formula a lot of this. It's like really creamy, very comfortable to wear. I'm just not sure this color I picked is the best for like my skin tone. You'll have to tell me what you think of the color on me. Okay, what do you think? Oh, and I got some on my tooth, hang on. Do you think this nude works with my skin tone? I'm not quite sure if it does or not. So let me know if you think this is a good color, because it's a really comfortable lipstick. It doesn't feel like you're wearing much more than like a lip balm, which I actually kind of like. So that is it. That is my full face of really easy drugstore makeup. And I have to say, I'm most excited about these 3 products here. This foundation I am loving. I think it looks really pretty on my skin and it wears really well. And oh my gosh, you cannot beat the price. And these little eyeshadows are really nice. And then this butter bronzer is just, it's heavenly. I love that as well. Thank you so much for joining me, friends, and I will see you next time. Bye.